It is your favorite auditor, audit them, the one who encourages you to audit them. What to do when you are subject of a police encounter. It is your favorite auditor, audit them. Alrighty. What we have here, ladies and gentlemen, is a portion of Auditor's Shield, Auditor Binder, State of Texas. And this is a public information request you hand to the police. And what it covers here is that you put the date, you put the name of the law enforcement agency. Let's say the date here. Let's say February. And this form could be handed to a police officer at any encounter. Traffic stop if he's handing you a citation. If he's handing you a piece of paper and telling you to show up in court, you can also hand him a piece of paper as a FOIA request, public record request in the state of Texas. This applies to the majority of the states in the United States, but right now we're focusing on Texas. So let's say we put the date here. Let's say you're sitting in your car now, or you're at an audit and they call the police on you. So what you're going to do here is you're going to put the date here. Right? You're going to say to the law enforcement agency. You're going to know the, let's say, sample county sheriff. Right? Officer, what was your name? Deputy, his name is Deputy Jones. Deputy Jones. He told you his badge number. 111, which you could put it here, but you also put it here at the bottom. So you're going to say the incident location. Say you're at a, I don't know, say you're at he pulled you over on Interstate 70. So you put I-70 and Broward or whatever. Time of encounter 3:11 a.m. Or like I said, incident location, you could put Bowen Rocco City Hall, or the address of the city hall, or whatever, wherever you're at. You're at Kmart, they call the police on you. Kmart or Walmart on Jonesboro Street. Okay, so let's go ahead and continue here. And excuse my handwriting, I write like a doctor. Officer name. So the officer name, he said his name is Dep Jones, right? Badge number, he said his badge number is 111, but also there was two deputies. This is the one on the driver's side. There was a one on the passenger side. His name is Timbo. Timbo. Officer Timbo, badge. So you put a comma here, 111, and you put his badge 90. Right? Vehicle number, that's if you're able to see the vehicle number. If not, that's okay. It shouldn't make no difference. Now, pursuant to Texas Public Information Act, Texas Code Chapter 552, and Texas Occupations Code, which in 1701-661, which reference to body-worn camera, I am submitting this formal request for public records related to my direct involvement in this incident. Okay? So here we're going to discuss, this is a 3-page public record request. Here we're going to discuss public records. You're going to go ahead and request body-worn camera footage. All body-worn camera footage in the above listed during the encounter. Legal basis here, you could just, try to narrow your scope down and assist the record custodian. So you give them a portion here, according to 1701-661, individuals who are subject of the recording may. All right, so now we're going to go to page 2. may request, and let me go ahead and make this clear, may request access to body-worn camera footage. The law requires that requests include date and approximate time. This is what the statute says. Date and time, the specific location, and the name of one or more persons known to be in the subject of the recording. So disclosure may be denied if it relates to an ongoing investigation. Obviously, at that date and time, it's not an ongoing investigation. However, the code is telling you verbatim, the statute, that you need to include the name of one or more. So the name of one person in that encounter, obviously, is the name of the officer. Okay, so let's go ahead and continue here. So, number 2, you're requesting computer-aided dispatch, CAD report and call event records. So let's say you're at a city hall, right? Let's say you're auditing a city hall, Jonesboro City Hall. Obviously, all these things you're going to be requesting at the city hall or at a traffic stop. You're requesting copies of all computer-aided dispatch, CAD report, and call event records, if applicable, right? If you're on the side of the road, that might not apply, but if you're somewhere else, it will. Including, you're narrowing down call event number or equivalent reference, timestamp, and responding officer details, because they include timestamps on their documents, dispatch logs, radio traffic, and related communication. Legal basis. Under the Texas Government Code 552, public information is available to public unless expressly prohibited by law or expected from disclosure. So in Texas, they don't use the word exempt. Instead, in Texas, they use the word except. Okay? In Illinois, they don't use the word except. They use the word exempt. Well, it's really they're referring to the same thing. So, knowing that you want computer dispatch records is not exempt or accepted, right, from disclosure, as this request pertains to a completed incident, right, because there's no investigation. They seen you on the side of the road, they give you tickets, and they tell you, here, show up in court. These records, they concluded their investigation on the side of the road. These records should be disclosed unless exceptions apply. So here under number 3, we're going over, you're requesting officer personnel file, oath of office, and bond. Copy of the following records for the officers, plural, involved in this incident. Signed and dated oath of office and bond documentation, surety. So here's the legal basis. Under section 552, 22A17, subsection 17, information that is also contained in a public court record is public information and not expected or accepted from required disclosure. Additionally, Texas Occupations Code 1701651 mandates that law enforcement agencies are to adopt policies for body-worn cameras, implying that related records are subject to public disclosure. So here we're going to, well, what we have to do here, as a matter of fact, hey Claudette, thank you so much for that super chat. All right. So we're going to rewrite this one right here. We're going to rewrite this one. Section 4, request for audio recordings of related communications. Copies of all recordings related to the incident, including 911 calls and or non-emergency dispatch call, radio communications between dispatch and responding officers, any other audio recordings associated with this encounter. And under 552 001, public information is available to the public unless expressly prohibited. This is just helping them narrow down. Audio recordings are considered public information unless exception applies. So they have to state their exemption or exception in Texas. And we're going on to the page 3, final page for the Texas. Here we're addressing delivery and response requirements. So please provide to the person using this form, please provide all requested records electronically to Joan Doe at sample.net, right? Send these records to my email, and obviously you're going to click off email. If you're in the city hall or wherever you're at, you could click on in person. So here it's additionally narrowing down under Texas Code Chapter 552228, that's subsection, governmental body shall provide suitable copy of public information within a reasonable time after the date on which copy is requested. See here, it's saying the word governmental body because in Texas, in the state of Texas, it refers to each governmental entity that's subject to public disclosure, that's subject to Texas Code, is referred to as a governmental body. Here in Illinois, they're referred to as public body. But the definition is found in Chapter 552 Texas when you want to define exactly what a governmental body is, which is all cities, towns, counties, state agencies, universities, colleges, school districts, housing authorities, water departments. So let's go ahead and carry on here. And here at the bottom of the page, you have comments or additional requests. So here, if you wanted to additionally request on page 3, let's say you're also requesting all, let's say the cop is cocky, right? You want all arrests, all police, let's say all police reports / records, let's say records of arrests, all police reports / records of arrests conducted by above named officers, right? And then in the year of 2024. All right, so that about it. Real Jingy's on house. Clay, hello there, Clay. So with that being said, Clay Foundation, with that being said, you guys got to view the Texas binder. This is just one element. This is just one item that you receive when you become a member for a month with Auditor's Shield on my channel. Audit them within the YouTube parameter. Now, with that being said, the cop may argue with you that he doesn't want to accept your form. However, if they call a higher up, most of the time the sergeant, he might have the wherewithal to recognize this is a state law mandate here, Chapter 552, and accept your paperwork. Worst case, what you do if they don't accept this paperwork is that you submit it yourself. If you're at the city hall and they called the police on you, obviously you're going to walk up to the counter at the city side or police side. You're going to say that you handed it, you're handing it in person. You're picking up your responsive records in person, and with that being said, and or on the side of the road, you could also take pictures when it's all done and over with if they don't want to accept your paperwork, which would show a cocky sign out of them, right? And as a matter of fact, what we need to do is, well, we need to forward it over. Now with this, you're going to have I'm going to also include in the auditor binder method on how to direct this to the right department, because you'll be surprised. There's still people that don't know how to direct this request to the right department. All you would have to do in this case, it's Sample County Sheriff. So you have to locate a Sample County Sheriff email and you forward it, and in the title line you put Texas Public Record Request Chapter 552. With that being said, thank you guys all for tuning in, and this is right here just a sample, and I want everybody to go ahead and inquire and start standing up for your rights the right way. So with that being said, thank you for all the members of Auditor Shield in the year of 2025. Thank you for the early birds who have the binder now before we transition into the app. And they're going to work hand in hand, side by side, so you're going to need both tools and utensils. However, please be on the lookout for any updates and all updates. And I'm going to be releasing some brand new videos in the upcoming days. Again, thank you guys all for tuning in.